Alright, I'm going to be showing you Tom Clancy's The Division here.
Hey, I got what you need.
My back is all fucked up.
Alright, as you can tell, there is a little bit of cursing in it, so if you've got kids, definitely be aware of that. Alright. Now, I'm a little ways into the game. So, here's a map. Initially, you start over here with your base of operations, and that's what everything actually surrounds. You go back and you upgrade that to give you stats and whatnot. Now, this dark zone in the center is all PvP. It has its own currency, has its own level, everything. Now, we're currently here. Now, I've got a couple missions right outside the door, so let's stop an arms deal from going through. Let's head there.
No. I'll tell you where it came from.
I ran right into that wall.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
As you can see, the graphics are pretty well done. Most of your environment is interactable, as in has some kind of response to your firing. Now, if you're like me, you end up shooting almost every tire that you see. You just, I don't know, you just can't help it. Something about it, especially when I'm playing with friends. Now, what makes this game great is the fact that you do have armor, you have stats, and it adds this different feel to the game. It's not just about the weapon itself, but if you switch gloves, for example, what's your stats going to change to? I'm going to do less damage, have more health. My skill power is going to be weaker, though. You got to weigh everything out. So the simplicity is gone, which is really nice.
I always wanted to kill someone.
And if you look at the map up there, I got like a little red outline.
Don't care if it's
I mean,
cold.
there's somebody.
Out of there.
I'll use my sniper rifle here.
Kill that asshole!
Took care of that problem. Alright. Well, we're supposed to be heading, though, to the perk of that small arms deal. And what we're going to get is we're going to get points. And you're going to get points that are going to be applied to your home operation base.
You ain't from around here, so you probably don't know about the Iceman. Terrorized the neighborhood a few years back and killed a couple who ran the dry cleaners. Word is he's back. Killed some cops and tagged their black and white to let the world know. Probably a coincidence he showed up around the same time you did. But you never know, right? So prove me wrong. Go get him.
Watch it. Don't let up. They gotta come out sometime.
You guys can see the area that the grenades are going to do damage in, so.
You ain't from around here, so you probably don't know about the Iceman. Terrorized the neighborhood a few years back and killed
I'm
a
right
couple
on the
who ran
edge
dry
of this
cleaners.
mission, so that's
Word
what
is
it's
he's back. Killed some cops and tagged their black and white to let the world know.
doing this.
Probably a
Audio
coincidence he
transition.
showed
Now,
up
one of the
around
great things
same
about this
time you
game,
did.
besides the whole
You never know, right?
in fact, this game's
prove
not
me wrong.
designed for you to
Go
just
get
be Rambo. You don't just run in, fire, and expect to survive. It's not going to work. Now, I've got two skills. I've got Q, my first skill, which I can throw down a healing pack. It's going to heal myself, and if I actually have some of my friends in here with me, it'll heal them as well. As you see, I've got one friend right now that's online, but he's not actually playing. And he's level 13. I'm level 23. So he'd come into this, but it would be very hard for him because he's not going to do the same amount of damage, and he's not going to be able to take the damage. Now my other one is I press E, and now this will throw the automatic turret. And you can see the range of it, and you can kind of gauge where you want it to go. We're not going to worry about that. The main thing that you have to focus all your fights around is the fact that you're not just standing up. You're not just this easy target. So as you can see, as I look around, I can choose where do I want to take cover at. So I'm going to run to this point right here just by holding spacebar, and it's going to get me a little bit closer. Now, I could probably easily just kill these two, because neither one of them has armor. But it's better to be safe than sorry. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw our... And I'm going to switch back to my automatic rifle. Now that is... That's one of our first targets right there. Okay, there we go. I just picked up some loot from where I was at. That's what that green was. I should have actually showed. Now, if you're able to shoot them before they actually throw the grenade, they'll drop it. Just like that right there. Helps out tremendously. And you like blind firing will work, especially if they're up close. You don't have to actually stand up and take aim. Just, you know, reach over and do a little damage. Now, these white ones will be gray armor, which is the lowest, most common, low stats, etc. Or it'll be ammo. For example, this right here. That beeping is an IED. Get rid of that crap. Okay. Now, whether it's an upgrade or not does not matter. Because you can sell everything, which helps out tremendously. Let's see, we got now we want to be able to focus on. There we go, right? Right there. Headshots do count for extra damage, so aiming is important. So you can see the white above here is actually a yellow health bar, and that's going to be his armor. Now, blue item, slightly better. We'll go ahead and take it. And when I return back to the base after the mission, I usually look over everything, see what I want to sell, what I want to scrap, kind of go from there. Yeah, it wasn't the smartest choice I've made, just running in. Maybe I can edit that out. Make it seem like I'm a much better player than what I am. Oh, this is not good. Now, I have grenades as well. There, I used a health pack and as you can see, this guy's a little bit stronger than the others. Now, I do have grenades, so keeping cover in a situation like this is extremely important.
So you took out the Iceman, huh? That your good deed for the day? Or are you just trying to thin out the competition? Don't answer.
Let's get our few items here. Now, oh, let's see a lockbox in here. That must be an item I already have full of. Now, the grenades is also a pretty cool system because I hold down G and I can select the kind of grenade that I would like. And then if I just tap G, if I don't hold it down, I just tap it, then I have that ability to throw it, whatever it is. I don't know why, I just enjoy shooting up the vehicles. Ammo is pretty common. Of course, you have civilians, and sometimes they'll come up to you like this, and this is the example of a civilian that has a need, and if you have what he needs, you can give it to him. It's easy experience, and he always drops something. At the very beginning, they will mostly always drop a type of clothing for you. Now, this clothing is nothing more but, like it says, appearance. How do you want to look to other players? And as you can see, I have quite a selection. I'm not going to go through them. What is it? Now, see, we have a gray area over here. Well, let's see what it is. This is a fabric area, so we get different kinds of fabrics. Now, it's important about collecting materials such as fabrics, weapon parts, and actually deconstructing some of your stuff, your extra stuff. Let's take an example. I don't use shotguns, so I'm going to deconstruct this, and I'm going to get 2 green weapon parts. Now, I'm going to deconstruct this, even though I'd rather sell it, but... And there I got 1 blue weapons parts. Now, not all bases or safe houses have it. So, let's go back to the actual base of operations. Now, my base of operations, we're going to fast travel. You can fast travel to any of these locations you've already discovered or the mission areas that you've completed. But if you've got a mission area you've not been to...
I think we've caught a break. Vitaly Chernenko,
point is locked.
immunologist. He's holding...
Now, there is a really cool storyline to all this as well. It's not just do what you want as you want to do it, because it's all level based. And some of the skills that you get as well from collecting the different points, which I'm going to show you. Now, even though you're in single player mode, you're still on a server. So your load times are going to vary. Like right now, obviously the load time's kind of But as we come into our main base, as you can see, I've almost got mine completely upgraded. So yours will not look like this yet. And it does grow visually as well. There's...
Can't talk right now. Keep up the good work.
So let's look at our security wing here. Now I've got 240 points to spend, but the last few things I've saved are going to cost me a little bit. So I don't have my barracks, I don't have my gunsmiths, but I have everything else. And every day you can come and get an item from a different chest and whatnot. Now this right here is a dark zone vendor. I had to unlock him. I had to pay 400 points or something like that. But as you can see, I meet the level requirement. I do not meet the dark zone rank. So basically that says I don't spend enough time in the dark zone. But I'm playing the mission out right now. I don't want to just jump into the dark zone and, you know, get my butt handed to me by other players. But I really could use this upgraded gear. The dark zone gear is definitely better. And as you can see, like the gunsmith's offline because I haven't purchased it yet. This has all been built because I've unlocked it. Tech wings, exact same way. You know, as you unlock it, you build, or it builds. I have 140. There we go. I only left two things: the generators and the field engineering. Yeah, each one has its own skill rewards. I don't use the seeker mine, so that was not something I was really wanting. I wasn't pushing for it. Now, the perk rewards are usually pretty nice because it's actually, what does that do for you? For example, this one right here allows me to collect electronics every day. Communications increases the dark zone inventory by 1 slot. Your dark zone inventory is very important because when you're in the dark zone, you cannot just zone out and keep your looted gear. Everything in the dark zone is considered contaminated. So, what you have to do, I'm pretty sure I can show this on the map even though I'm not in the dark zone. When you're in the dark zone, you have to go to these extraction points, these extraction areas. From there, you'll shoot a flare in the air. Helicopter will come, drop a line, and you'll put the items that you've looted in the dark zone onto the rope. And they'll pull it out, and they'll run it through their decontaminations, whatever. However they do it, and it'll end up in your player stash in any of your safe houses or your main operation base here. And I don't even know if I extracted. I don't have anything as of now. And I mean, if you've got something, and you'll find stuff that's a little bit higher level than you are, just throw it in your stash. Wait.
He's real happy with what you did at the apartment complex.
Crafting items, I'm not really dove real deep into, but it does look pretty promising, pretty rewarding if you put the time and effort into it. For example, this right here is a pretty decent weapon, but if you compare it to my current, there's just kind of a small chance it'll be better. And I mean, it goes for all the different,
This is an emergency services notification.
different weapons, different armor, everything. Now, to increase your actual weapons range, stability, you can add mods to it. You can add silencers.
Thanks to you.
Sometimes, like 7% reduced threat. Honestly, I don't know about the threat level system in the game. It doesn't really make sense. Maybe they forget about you sooner. I think that might be possibly what it is. But most time you're in a combat situation, you just go with it. And of course, my weapons, for example, this one, I've got my own paint job on it. I don't remember where I found it or purchased it, but I did, and it's the only one I got, so I make it work. Now I've got the laser pointer instead of an actual drop grip, a vertical grip. Got a nice suppressor on there because it actually helps with stability. It's not just about the threat, but it was about the stability is why I have that one on there. Magazine, for example, increased critical hit chance and increases my mag size. So, you know, win-win situation. But there's always better out there. You're always going to run across something. I mean, it's worth looking at the vendors, because they may have something, for example, right here, that's exactly what you're looking for. Increased rate of fire and a very nice magazine size increase. But for me personally, I'm not looking for increasing my rate of fire. I'd rather look for
Hey, you take back
critical
Grand
hit
Central.
damage,
You think you can get the
or
trains running
critical
again?
hit percentage. And I always try to check to see what they have that's actually a purple item, which is, it says right here, specialized, standard, superior. Well, you can always compare, but of course that's comparing my sniper rifle to an assault rifle. Let's switch to my light machine gun. This one has slightly better accuracy, faster reloading, but less range, less stability. I could probably do this swap, but
Got any idea why
I'm not
Dr. Kennedy
going
was all
to-
nuts over the Russian consulate?
I'm not going to actually increase much. It's basically more damage because of more rounds per minute. So, and of course, they also have additional stats on some weapons that if you meet the requirements, which right here is my electronics, for example, stamina level, firearms, and you have to match it in order for it to be active. The two that I have on this weapon aren't even active. They've never been active because I've never had my health, my stamina at that high. And of course my battery on that one's just a little bit too low. You just kind of weigh it out. How do you want to play? I mean, if you want to do the Rambo thing, I guess you probably could set up yourself with assault magazine in one, or assault rifle in one with the extended magazines, and in the other one maybe a light machine gun. pistol's always fun. And you have unlimited ammo for your pistol, so if you want to see if the environment's going to react to something, or you want to try to shoot a bird or a piece of paper like I just did, use your pistol. Now, I don't know if you can actually kill the birds. I've never hit one. Maybe I'm just a terrible shot. Now, there is a ton of rats, though, in this game. You know, I say that, and look, there's absolutely none around. Alright, usually there is a ton of rats. You get nothing for killing him except for self-satisfaction, I guess. Alright, it's obvious you can't kill the birds because at least one of those should have hit him. Of course, now that guy's running like crazy.
Don't be worried. I'll be fine, I promise. It's gonna be okay. We can do this. You know we can.
The great thing about this game is just, if you want to explore it, just explore it. You don't have to have a reason, a mission to do some stuff. Just look around. You're not gonna mess your game up by just looking around. Now you might disagree with how some things react to fire, but I do as well. The great thing is, though, the fact that it reacts. It may not react how you think it should, but at least it does react. Oh, if you see a fire extinguisher, if you're a multiplayer and you're playing with friends, wait till they're around it and then shoot it. It will, it'll disorientate them. And I'll show you by. Oh, that one didn't do it. Not a very good fire extinguisher. And of course, you never know what you're going to find when you're just looking around exploring. And you might be into the shotguns. You might find them as a better source. I'm picking this lock. Some doors are locked. And usually they're hiding something. But obviously that right there was just a waste, because that led me nowhere. Well, you know, I think you get the gist of the game. You could probably decide just from, well, I hope you can decide just from watching me play if it's something that you'd want to purchase. Me personally, I feel that it was a great purchase. I don't regret spending the money, and I've gotten I've gotten my money worth out of it, and
Don't be worried.
I'm sorry, I got distracted reading the chat down there at the bottom left. Of course, you can turn that off. You don't have to have the chat going. But that is one thing that's very important to know about this game is, even though it is single player, you have to have the internet. Internet is definitely required. I read on the forums from a couple people that they didn't expect it to be. I kind of knew what I was getting into when I purchased it. And it's exactly what I want. When my friends are on, I'll invite them. When they're not, you know, I do my own thing. I goof off. But all right, if there's any game that you'd like for me to kind of show off, to showcase, just let me know. I got another game that was sent to me by somebody, and I'm going to show it off after this one probably, and we'll see if it's any good. I've not spent very much time in it yet, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.